Hello everyone, salutations. This is a continuation video to input tag attributes. Okay, input tag attributes. So we are remaining with practical explanation of pattern, attribute, autocomplete, min, max. Okay, so we have seen few examples. Detailed examples will be covered in this video. So please observe this code here, the first entry. Okay, so user is supposed to enter quantity in the form of numbers. I have set the type as number. Name I have given n. You can use camel case naming conventions also. So I have set minimum value to this number field as 3 and maximum value as 5. Okay, let's execute. So I have executed this code in Google Chrome. I am entering 1. I am giving wrong input and clicking on submit button, and see, it tells me, it gives me an alert symbol, exclamation sign alert symbol, and tells me, it's alerting me value must be greater than or equal to 3 because I have set minimum value to 3. Okay, so it's not correct. I have to change it. I'll enter 4. Okay, let's enter 3 and click on submit button. It has been submitted. How do you know it has been submitted? In this code I have not specified method attribute. There are two methods of submission. Okay, so get method and post method. So get is the default method. I have not specified method attribute, so by default it is get type of submission. In get type of submission, you can see whatever name you provide to the control. That's why providing name attribute is important. Okay, the name which you provide, according to that, name is equal to, is going to provide a is equal to symbol, and the value which you enter for submission. Okay, it's going to show like that. So for next control I have used the name date max is equal to, and it's showing nothing because I didn't select any date and I just clicked on submit button. That's why. Okay, remaining fields are empty. So I'll enter 5. 5 is also acceptable. 5 is the maximum value. So this is also submitted. You can see over here n is equal to 5. N is the name of the number field. N. Okay. Now I'll enter more than 5, 7. Submitting it. Alert has been arrived. So this is the tooltip text. It's alerting me to value must be less than or equal to 5. That means within 5 you have to enter. So I'll enter 5. Saved successfully. Okay, so this is how you can set min and max value to your number field. Min and max value is also applicable to date fields. How? Okay, now if you want a user to enter a date before a particular year or after a particular year or within a range between 2 years, you can use min and max value to attain such kind of purposes. Okay, pay attention to this example. Example number 2, select date before 1980. Okay, so how to provide the dates before 1980, how to change your calendar so that your calendar shows only the years before 1980. So input type is equal to, the type is date. Name I have given date max and I have used max. Attribute I am given the year 1979. Double quote becomes compulsory because there is a mixture of numbers as well as special characters, and date you have to provide in this pattern only. Year in 4 digits, then hyphen symbol, then this is month December, and 31st is the 31st day of December. Okay, in this pattern you have to provide the date. Okay, so let's see how it works. So here I'll just enter the quantity 5 and I'm putting, now see this calendar. Okay, I'm scrolling up to see, yes, you can select any date, but the date should be before 1979. No date is available after 1979, and the last month which is available is December as we have set. Okay, so if you set November, so it will show, it will stop till November only. It's not going to show December. Okay, so I'm selecting any date. This is how you can provide max in date. Now next example, select date after year 2000. Okay, so how to how to change your calendar, how you can change your calendar so that it can shows year after 2000 and after 2000. So minimum date here I have provided 2000 January and first day of the January. Okay, after 2000 means if you want you can also skip 2000, you can make it 2001 also. Okay, so depending on the requirement. Pay attention to the year 2000. 2000 is the first year. Okay, no year is available before 2000. This is how you can use min attribute to start your calendar from a particular year. Max attribute to stop a calendar to a particular year, and min attribute to start a calendar from a particular year. Okay, so I can select any year, choose any month and select any date. Now third example, I'll use min and max attribute for the date control. Okay, I'm providing a range. Select date between 2000 and 2005. So how to set? First of all, input type is equal to date, name is equal to have given date RNG, and minimum value, minimum date I have set to 2000. I want to start from 2000 1st January and stop at 2000 31st December. Okay, so let's see the years. So it's starting from 2000 and ending at 2005. Okay, you can select any year, select any month and choose any date. Okay, this is how you can use min and max attributes in number type and date type. Okay, next we are going to discuss about the pattern attribute. Please observe this example. Okay, this example we discussed in our last video also. Okay, so here I want the user to enter country code in text field. Okay, and user has to enter in characters. So I have provided a pattern, but this pattern is actually known as regular expression. All the patterns in HTML are provided. They are the regular expressions. The value of pattern attribute is always a regular expression. Regular expression is a very detailed topic in which rules are taught how to use the symbols, numbers and characters to form patterns. Okay, pattern attribute is applicable to text, text type, email, password, URL and search. For all these fields, pattern attribute is applicable. So for now we are learning very simple patterns. Okay, so this pattern talks about user can put the entry in the form of uppercase, lowercase and maximum 3 characters. Okay, and if you try to replace this square brackets with round brackets or any other brackets, it won't work. You will not get proper output. That is why patterns are strictly made and strictly used according to the tools. Okay, so that is a detailed study how to create patterns. So for now we will use simple examples of patterns like this, and if there is a need we will also study about the patterns for email, password, URL, search if such examples come. Okay, so for now understand this is very simple. In square brackets you have to provide which type of characters or numbers. If you want numbers 0 to 9, okay, and numbers there is no case in numbers, so you just have to provide 0 to 9. Okay, and maximum number of characters for numbers to be entered. Okay, you have to provide that in number format in curly bracket like this. Okay, now pattern attribute is generally accompanied with title. Okay, in title you provide what you want the user to enter. Okay, and it will look like a tooltip text. Now if you say if I replace this with placeholder, let's try that also. Okay, I'm saving this and reloading it. See, pattern 3-letter country code. Okay, now I'll enter country code ABC. Okay, and here no tooltip text is provided, and here tooltip text is shown because I have put that text in title attribute. So if you use pattern attribute, title attribute is more suitable than placeholder. That thing you can understand. So what was the convention over here? I can enter uppercase, lowercase, and I can enter maximum 5 characters. Okay, so I'll try to enter. Here I wanted to enter, okay, let's try Ramesh, R-A-M-E-S-H. Okay, 6 characters. See, alert, it's alerting me what? Please match the requested format. What is the requested format? Okay, so after several seconds, tooltip text goes away, but it's showing, okay, because you have provided title attribute. Enter up to 5 characters or 5 letters. Okay, so I'll remove one. Successfully submitted. Yes, successfully submitted. Txt name equal to Ramesh. Okay, and country code ABC, that was also typed, so it got submitted. Okay, and next attribute is autocomplete attribute. Autocomplete attribute, it is by default available for all the fields depending on number of times the form has been submitted. The submitted values are available as choices. Now see, if I am clicking over here, now it is giving me 2 choices. So this is the use of autocomplete. Autocomplete, though I have not provided, you can provide them separately also. But if your form is executed only once on the browser and you have not entered any value before submission, so it's not going to show any kind of suggestions, okay, or choices like this. Okay, so even if you use autocomplete, it's not going to show unless you submit the form with some values. Okay, if you submit some values, it's going to show the values as cookies, okay, or suggestions. You can just select them directly if you want. Okay, so these are the attributes which were remaining. So I'll just quickly discuss the attributes of input tag. Okay, so we learned about type attribute, name, value, max length, size, checked. Okay, so all the attributes which I have shown with blue background color, they were covered in 11 standard. These are the new things which we have learned: disabled attribute, read only, placeholder, autofocus, required, width, height. Okay, so this was nicely understood in our previous video. Today we have talked about pattern attribute, title. Title is generally accompanied with pattern attribute, min, max, autocomplete. Okay, so if you mention autocomplete, or how to mention autocomplete, okay, if you want to see, so I'll mention here autocomplete. That's it. You just have to mention it does not have any value. Okay, so we will stop here today. Thank you for joining.